Hello and welcome, YouTube, to the Watch Before You Die podcast, the show where we attempt to watch really bad movies. Just kidding. Now, this one was definitely a movie.
What movie did we watch?
It was a real bad movie.
What did we watch? What was it called, Brian?
What did we watch? We watched Three Brothers.
Well, I mean, we did not
Three
watch
Brothers.
it. Justin and I did not make it.
Yeah, no.
We didn't make
you know
it.
what? Maybe we should start from the very top of this.
Go ahead, Brian. You start us.
Brian, yeah, you did the homework.
I watched the 1981 movie Tre Fratelli, or Fratelli, or Three Brothers, which is an Italian film.
Wait, is that the band Fratelli?
I don't know.
The Fratellis.
Anyway.
Brothers? Anyway, sorry.
I watched the movie. I actually went through quite a bit of effort to get the movie and subtitles available so that we could watch it. And I'm going to be honest with you, it was not my favorite movie.
It was not good at all.
So tonight we attempted to do a private screening for Justin and Ben. I was gonna bite the bullet and watch the movie again, and I think we made it about 37 minutes through the movie. Is that accurate?
Yeah. I barely made it through 37. I can't do it.
I think we were saved. I think the Holy Spirit moved through this podcast and saved us from having to watch that movie because the audio's cut out.
It's true. The audio stopped at the 36-minute mark. We tried to fix it. Didn't work.
No, we didn't. Well, Brian
tried to fix it.
Me and Ben tried to do Foley work.
And then I tried to make
the
the executive decision to stop watching it because I just can't. I can't anymore. I can't do it. Can't do it. I'm too old. I'm too old to be forced to do things like this.
So with those gleaming reviews, let's go ahead and kick this off with giving some rankings really quick before we talk.
I still think
a little bit about this movie.
I think we have to go with Brian to start. He finished the movie, so we get his actual rating, and then I'll give you mine. And just
so, I complained about the documentary 13th that its rewatchability was low because I don't ever rewatch documentaries. And I would love to say that I never rewatched this movie again, or I never restarted this movie again, but I have watched this movie about 1 1/3 times now. Yeah, it's pretty low for me. I honestly don't have a ranking. I was going to be somewhat nice to it.
It's not even on the scale.
But it's pretty low. It's a pretty low movie for me. I'm coming up with this ranking on the spot. Okay. It's not fair, but I'm going to give it a 1. I'm going to give it a 1.5.
Okay, 1.5.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not bad.
What were the redeeming qualities that gave it the 1.5?
So we can get into that more. I would love to hear you guys' rankings of your 30 minutes. But then I'll give some redeeming qualities because I did finish it. I did get through it.
Yeah. Justin, go ahead. Give us your score.
I'm gonna go with a 0.5.
0.5. Okay.
And I'm gonna say it got a 0.5 because it was so bad it was good. I enjoyed the experience of watching what I watched.
Wow.
It was a great 36 minutes and 42 seconds.
Deep. That was deep.
Even though the credits were probably like a good half of that time.
Okay.
The opening credits took forever.
I was going to give it like maybe like a 1.7. I feel like if I go any lower, then we're getting into like a territory that I'm reserving for very specific movies that I have watched in my life. Like anything, like, for instance, in my late teens, early 20s, I watched a lot of very disturbing horror films that I would put like very, very low on that, like below. So like this doesn't rank into that because those movies like cross into a level that it's like,
can you
never.
Give me like a for instance?
No, I can't. I literally cannot give a for instance. And I'm not going to, but I'll tell you offline. But so it's like 1 point. What did I say?
Okay.
1.7.
1.7. Okay, so that gives us an average score or an overall score of a 1.2, which fair. I'd say is a little bit generous.
Oh, okay.
for the movie.
1.2 is generous.
It's kind of like when you take the SAT and you get like a certain amount of points just for signing your name on the paper. Like
Yeah.
this was a movie that was made, so it gets a ranking. Is basically what we're saying there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of its redeeming qualities
Oh, yeah.
are it really is a slice of Italian life. Like all of the scenery is very authentic, and all the actors are actually very good. In it, the old man, I love the dad in this movie. Like he's such a great actor and everything. The synopsis for those who haven't watched it, including two people on this call right now.
It's you boys.
An old man, his wife passes away, and he sends three very simple telegrams to his three sons that just says your mother passed away or your mother died. And so these three brothers, who are a judge, a school teacher for underprivileged youth, and then one of them is an activist who like stages and sits in on like revolts and stuff.
Yeah, I think
I'll
I
come
think the term
home
is
to visit their dad.
eco-terrorist. I think he's an eco-terrorist because they were talking about killing people, weren't they?
Yeah, I honestly don't know that word, so you got me on that one.
Okay.
Sounds
But,
good, bro.
Yep,
Go read a dictionary.
he's definitely that guy. So they all come home to visit their dad and help with their mother's funeral proceedings and everything like that. The movie really doesn't have like any twists or turns. Nothing new happens in the movie. It really is just a slice of life. Like they start filming, they tell a story. The brothers don't like super reconnect with each other or anything like that. Nothing. I mean, more happens in the movie. Like the single dad meets up with his ex-wife one time and they talk, but like there's not too much interesting.
Okay.
The sound in this movie, I know that I'm getting it. I got the movie off of archive.org. They provided it for free. And it just sounds like all of the sound effects they did Foley work to create. Like you guys even reference Foley work.
Yeah.
Like the rats at the beginning, it sounds like a human is trying to do rat noises to make the rat noises.
I thought that was the three brothers because there were like three rats.
And it,
I honestly didn't even see a poster or a picture going into this movie, so I went in totally blind.
I know this movie was made in 1981, but it was just pretty rough. Like other than being very like nice to look at Italian scenery and the actors being very committed, the story kind of falls flat for me. Just the interest, like it's an hour and 40 some minutes long and it doesn't really tell a story. There's nothing like super interesting that happens, and that's just kind of it. So
I'm sorry, you're gonna need to walk that back. You're gonna tell me that nothing interesting happens in this movie when like 20 minutes into the movie, I'm sitting here thinking, well, what got Italy from like the Roman Empire to where it is today? And I was thinking, it had to be something like World War II. And then all of a sudden, a freaking
No, we're not.
M1 Abrams tank rolls up on a village. I didn't even know we were in that time period.
Justin, you gave it a 0.5. Stop trying to like advocate for the movie. All right.
I'm saying it had very interesting moments. Terrible acting though. I thought all of it.
I just
was
want
bad.
it. I want it to be known before you go on, Brian. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I want it to be
good.
known that this movie was nominated for an Academy Award. I want that to be known up
In
front.
America?
Yes, best foreign language film. I want it to also be
What
known.
were the other foreign language
I want it
films
to be
of that
known
year?
that the New York Times described this movie as perfect. And I also want it to be known that Newsweek described this movie as sensual. And I mean, obviously, because we pretended to watch this movie.
None of them finished the movie.
I know. I want it to be said
None
that
of them
this is on a movie list of movies that you should watch before you die. I'm here to advocate to you. You should not watch this movie before you die, because you might die. You might die.
Die.
You don't have to watch this one before you die.
I would rather die than
willing to
watch
say.
this.
Yeah, I can't. So that's all I have left to say. I'm gonna throw it back to you, Brian, and then I'm good to roll whenever, because
All right.
this has left a bad taste in my mouth.
I was going to read some of the reviews.
No, Justin.
No,
some
one
people-
cool thing. One cool thing.
Okay, go
One cool thing
please.
before you go. One of the ladies in the village, when the tank rolls up, the mom of that blonde-haired kid,
Rocco.
Maybe. I don't know.
Definitely.
Definitely. Anyway, the mom of that kid is the wife that Michael Corleone marries in Godfather Part 1.
Okay.
Apollonia,
All right, thank you for that.
who dies in a car bomb explosion.
Okay,
So I thought after I finished the movie, I think I finished it a couple of days ago. I was like, maybe it was just me. Maybe I missed the point of it. You know, somebody else could get something out of a movie. So I went and looked at some reviews. My favorite review came from a user this year, actually last month. The user gave it 3 stars out of 5.
okay.
And the review simply says, super boring at times, but whimsical AF at others. And in parentheses, it says, I hate Italian people. And that was my favorite review that I read.
You know what? I think Ben invents a time machine and he goes back and leaves that review.
It does sound like a review that I would put.
Because
Wow.
of this movie, I hate Italian people.
Wow. Gosh, that is actually a great review.
Yep.
Just the last part. I didn't hear the first part that you said, but and for the record, we're joking. I don't hate Italian people. I actually loved my trip to Italy, but that is an outrageous review of a movie.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think that about
made it
does it.
perfect.
for
Yeah.
Three Brothers.
Final note before you roll, because this is the final note. Really, I need you to prepare for the roll. I want it to be known. I shared some facts about this, right? Academy Award, nominated, all that. I also want it to be known that this is why I don't trust in Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes has this movie at a 100 score. 100. As in, could not be any better of a movie. 100. And I also found a review that I wanted to share with you. It's a featured review on IMDb. This person gave it a 10 out of 10 stars. And it says, beautiful and wise, but not recommended for those who don't enjoy thinking, with a smiley face. One of those side smiley faces.
Oh.
Okay, buddy,
That's an
you're not an
that's a
intellectual,
glowing
okay?
indictment of us.
You're not an intellectual.
Yeah.
This, not only did this movie, was it not good? I couldn't finish it. It has some of the worst camera work I've ever seen in my life. And that's my final note. Let's go.
All right. For those of you who are new to the podcast format, what we do every week, we watch a movie, we get back together and discuss it. And at the end of the podcast, we re-roll for our next movie. We started with 1,246 movies.
I just really hope we get a good one here.
Please.
I'm ready for a good one. We started with 1,246 movies. We currently have 1,243 movies remaining. And the lucky number this week is
2.
1,234. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I'm not joking.
You looked surprised, and I thought it was because I guessed the number to it. It was
1,
the
2,
number
3, 4. That's another high one.
It's really high.
Something recent.
It is a 2019 movie called The Farewell.
Oh God.
Sounds like a romance drama.
It's gonna be another old man's wife dies, calls his
Stop,
son.
stop,
It's a 2019.
The Farewell 2019. It is according to this, it does say it's on Netflix, which we are hoping and praying, because I said that last week and it indeed was not. It was on Netflix Italy, though, if you lived in Italy. And it is a comedy drama. And do you want the synopsis of the movie or not?
Go for it.
It says, a Chinese family discovers their grandmother has only a short while left to live and decide to keep her in the dark, scheduling a wedding to gather before she dies. So that's what we're working with. I'm going to be honest. The plot sounds a little too close to the movie we just were supposed to watch, but didn't. So I'm already on the edge, but hopefully it's good. It's recent, and you should be able to find it on Netflix.
That's the tagline of the episode. Hopefully this one's good.
Hopefully this one's good. So that is it. Hopefully you'll watch along. No need to watch this movie unless you love Italian dramas and you are wise, unlike me.
Well, if you would prefer a better Italian movie, I recommend Super Mario Brothers.
Coming soon to a theater near you. All right. Well,
Daddy.
we will see you in the next episode.
Oh,